If you guys love playing e4, then you have probably heard about the Italian system by knight f3 and bishop c4. So guys, in this video, I'm going to show you 5 insane traps in the Italian system. And guys, you are going to love it. If you love playing d4, then you will directly shift towards the Italian system because it offers actually very aggressive line and very aggressive power play. And yes, you can simply win this game in no time. Now guys, I promise that you are going to learn something new in this video. And even though you know some of those traps, but the lines I'm going to discuss will be completely new. I mean, you will really, literally, you will learn something new in this video. So I just want you to hit the like button, share and subscribe to the channel. And this is me, Shivam Kumar, your host. Let's start this video. We are going to see 5 insane traps in the Italian system. Now we have e4, e5, the standard king's pawn opening. So this is white is proclaiming the control of the center. It's very aggressive opening because from the e4 only, you can unleash multiple gambits, way more threats on the black's king. For example, we have knight f3, bishop c4, Italian system, which we are going to study. Bishop b5, Ruy Lopez, and we have knight f3, and we have c3, Ponziani, d4, Scotch gambit. f4, very famous, the king's gambit, knight c3, and then we have f4, the Vienna gambit. It's actually very amazing to see, guys, how much threat you can unleash on black's king. Now, for the Italian system, you have to go with knight f3 first. Then your opponent is probably going to develop knight c6 because the database, it's actually 62%. So, top most played move, knight c6. There is another instance where your opponent played d6, the Fedor defense, and it's the second numbered most played move, 15%. We will talk about that also. Okay, let's just talk about this only because it's a very great maneuver to see, guys. The moment d6 occur, you have to go with bishop c5, c4, the Italian system. Now, as per database, you can see that it's h6 is the most played move here. You just have to go with a d4, striking the center. This is the center pawn. Pawn takes pawn, you have to offer another pawn. And if your opponent takes this pawn, congratulations, you are just going to win this game. Now guys, how can you win a game by sacrificing a pawn? The answer is by sacrificing another piece. So we have bishop sacrifice at f7. Now king takes, and then we have knight g5 under the sacrifice because pawn take this knight met with queen takes queen. Now we have 2-point lead, I know, but we still have a queen. This bishop is hanging, and then this pawn, and then this rook will be hanging. So technically we just wrapped up all the queen side structure of black's king. So yes, we are going to win this game. Therefore, pawn will not take this knight. Instead, king has 3 squares to go. And the most played move is king e8. Then we have queen h5 check. King moves away. Wait a minute. What? Okay, king moves away. Then there is a network issue. Sorry for that. So we have queen f7 and I just checkmate. Now if pawn blocks, don't worry, still take it because it will still end up into a checkmate. So that's fine. Let's say your opponent goes with king e6. Then we have queen check, king moves away, queen f7 check again. So that king just remain separated from his rest of the army. That's why. King take this knight, we have bishop check. Let's say guys, king moves away d4, then we have queen check and that checkmate. This is a checkmate, of course. King take this pawn, met with, wait a minute, knight take this pawn, king moves away and that does checkmate again. Oh, the problem is that, guys, whenever I try to move piece with my cursor, it takes a bit of time to load. So just sorry for that. Network is not that much great in my house. Sorry for that. So. Now guys, if king e7, then we have what? Knight g6 check and at just a fork. So we can win this rook. That's fine. What if it knight f6? Then we have queen f3 check. King take this knight. Then we have this maneuver. Just separating king from his whole army. That's the main point here. Knight development. Then we have f4 check. That's a blunder. We have to go with knight take this pawn. I don't know why I put this f4 move, but that's a blunder, of course. d5 hitting on this pawn. We simply go for bishop check. If king takes, then we have knight take this pawn. Knight take this king and hitting on this knight. So that's fine. Let's say guys, if queen take this knight, then we have pawn takes queen. That's literally very great thing. Therefore, king will take this pawn and then we have castle so that we can simply go with rook e1 to hit on this queen. Now, let's say your opponent goes with knight c6, a development. Then we have rook check, king moves away. Then we have pawn check, king takes, queen check, king moves away. Then we have queen to this g3, check on the king. Not this maneuver, a check. It will take a bit of time to load. Sorry for that. Now we have king moves away and final blow, knight f4, a checkmate. So that this was the first trap actually. Now guys, time for the second trap. So we have e4, e5, knight f3 and here black goes with c6. The most played move, that's fine, bishop c4. Italian system, your opponent play with knight f6 and now guys, you have to jump with knight g5 aiming for this side lever attack. A very classic attack but it really works insanely well in the amateur and intermediate level. Now your opponent probably gonna play knight d5. They can also take this pawn, the Ponziani Strings Gambit. But I guess you have probably heard about this gambit, so I'm not going to tell you this because knight takes this pawn met with knight takes this knight. We have this fork, so that's why what you have to do is like, wait a minute, knight takes this pawn, bishop check, king moves away. You have d3, knight takes, bishop takes this knight with that skewer, king moves away, grab this queen. That's the main thing, but this is actually very common thing. I'm not going to teach you this because I told you you are going to learn something new. So this is d5, you just take it, and best move is knight ace5, and guess what, only 30% people are going to play knight a5, but 50% players are going to play knight takes this pawn. Then you just grab this pawn with a brilliant move, queen takes, queen f3, check on this king. If king moves back, that's an insane blunder because you just sacrifice the queen, matlab exchange your queen, queen takes, bishop blow, bishop takes, and I just checkmate. Only by single bishop it just checkmate, so that's fine. Therefore, king moves at the e6 to just defend this knight, and then you have to add another attacker. Let's say they play knight d4 hitting on this queen, going for this fork. That's a blunder. Just take, king moves away, queen check, king moves away, and that just checkmate. That's great. Yes, I think you know these kind of tactics, but what I'm going to show you next, that will be new for you. Knight b4, defending this knight, hitting on pawn c2, going for a fork, and that's insane. You have to go with queen e4, defending this pawn. Just keep a look at database, guys. From now, I will turn on database and you have to look for the most played moves. It's bishop c6, the most played move. You have to go with a3 hitting on this knight. They play knight a6, but that's a blunderous move. They will go with b5 hitting on the bishop. Will drop a bishop back, and then they go with knight f6. That's a great move. That's a good move. Then we go with d4 hitting on this pawn, and that will be just a check. That's fine. They go with what? Yes, bishop d6, and then only you have to take this knight. Pawn takes, bishop takes. Now this rook is hanging, you can see. If king moves away, now this queen is hanging, you can see. That's fine. Let's say if king moves this way, just take it, pawn, bishop takes. Now this rook is still hanging. You can take this rook anytime you want. That's literally very good. So guys, let's start our third trap. It starts with the Joko piano variation, and we have e4, e5, knight f3, knight c6, bishop c4, and your opponent plays bishop c5, the Joko piano. Here in this position, I'm going to show you 3 traps, okay, because this is the most played position. So I thought this would be best if this would be great if I show you 3 traps in the same position. Now we have what? Knight c3. Now we have what? c3. Let's just first start our trap with knight c3. A very classical move. Your opponent will probably going to play knight f6. That's fine. And we will go with d3. We are over for castle. So your opponent may go for castle because that's the only final development he can do. Then we have bishop pinning this knight to the queen. If your opponent plays d6 going for this pin kind of a tit for tat thing, you just go with knight d5 hitting on this knight. That's a pin, so knight can't take it. They will go with h6 to hit on the bishop. You just grab this knight, pawn takes because queen is not going to take it. You have bishop s6 hitting on this rook. Rook moves away, and then only you have to make a very brilliant sacrifice. And I guess you know which sacrifice I'm talking about. It's bishop sacrifice at gf7. That's really very prominent move, guys. In the whole Italian system, you will see this sacrifice multiple times. King takes, we have knight h4 so that queen's diagonal can get open. They go with f5 so that queen can hit this knight. But that's too late because they are checked. Now guess what? King f6. This will lose their queen. That's fine. If king goes to this e7, that still end up with the same fate. Let's say king goes back. Check. King moves away. Checkmate. That is actually worse than the previous one. Let's say king moves all the way this square. You could take, king moves away. That just again checkmate. That's again worse than the previous one. So it's better for the black to lose their queen instead of their king. Alright, so that was the very great trap, right? Now guys, we are back on the previous position where we discussed knight c3. Let's go on the c3 maneuver this time. It's called the Italian game classical variation. Your opponent probably gonna play d6, the most played move at this point of time. You have to go with d4, hitting on this pawn, this bishop. They will take it. You also take it. Bishop is not going to take it because that's a double defense. That's fine. We have bishop check, knight defense. That's great. Your opponent is already going to play knight f6, hitting on this pawn because that's a pin here. So what you have to do, simply go with d5 first of all, hitting on the knight. Knight moves at the e5. You could just take this knight. Pawn takes, and now you have queen a4. Check on the king. Bishop defend, hitting on the queen, and you just grab this bishop. And guess what? You just won a full bishop here. Literally confusing for your black opponent, and he is probably gonna end up doing some kind of blunders, or in the anxiety he will lose the game. That's fine. You have literally superior position here, and you can simply win this game in no time. Okay guys, we are back on the previous position where we discussed knight c3 and c3. Let's go again c3, but this time it's a different, because this time black is going to play d6. They will go with knight f6, and guess what? We have d4 again. Pawn takes, pawn takes. Okay, don't take this pawn, sorry. Pawn takes, and you have to go with the castle. This is called the Italian game Scotch variation. It's really very great. They're probably going to take this pawn here, and then you have what? Yes, bishop sacrifice. King takes. You may think that queen d5 check on the king, hitting on the bishop is actually very amazing, but knight is controlling the d5, so you have to go with e5 first. Don't blunder this, guys. Literally, don't blunder queen d5. You will simply lose your queen. That's why it's very important to go e5 first, hitting on the knight. Let's say knight moves to g4. Then you have to go knight g5 check, because that's a defense by the bishop. Queen can't take it. Look at the database. King g8. And that's an insane blunder, guys, because we have queen d5 check on the king. King moves away, and that just checkmate. Wow, that's literally amazing. Let's say if king goes to e8, grab this knight. That's fine. You have again very superior position. Now guess what? Your engine rating is plus 2.7. So you can win this game in no time. Just don't blunder any folks. And the thing is that, guys, this king is actually exposed. So you have to open your e file, or just push this pawn to open this t file, so that you can simply make your rook more active. Develop your knight, develop your bishops, and that's fine. You are going to win this game. Let's say if your opponent plays king f8, but that's a vicious move, guys. They're actually trapping you. They're actually giving you a chance, baiting you, so that you can take this bishop, going for the check, but that's just a mistake, because knight will take it. So you have to take this knight. Oh, no, don't take this knight first. Take this pawn, hitting on the knight. That's actually great. If they take this knight with a knight, because that's not the another option, because they don't have another option, because we are still going to take this knight, so they will probably take this knight. Then we have bishop, queen to this bishop. Check, king moves away, grab this knight, defend this pawn, doubly defended, that's fine. We have rook e1, open rook file, bishop development. Engine rating at this point of time is plus 3.3. So you can win this game if you play logically. The king is trapped the center. Rook is kind of partially locked, but it can be activated by rook f8. But the king is still in the center. You have two rooks. Develop the bishop. I mean, it's not developed, but you can develop it simply. So that's fine. And these pieces are still stuck at this queen side. That's great. You have open position, active position. You can win this game in no time. Just play proper middle game. Okay. And how to play middle game? How to proceed in the middle game? I'm working on that part too. So you will find those videos in my channel soon, pretty soon. So that's all for today. This is Shubham Kumar, your host, and I hope you have liked these 5 traps. And I will meet the next video with next set of 5 traps.